Hey everybody, we are here with day 20 of Junk Journal Round Robin. Hashtag JJ Round Robin. Be sure and check out Cindy over at Studio Lou and Mary Ellen over at Red Parrot to see what we are all doing. Oh, we're on the downhill slide of this, and all good things must come to an end, right? Okay, let's see what we got for day 20. Let me see if I got you guys in the screen here. Okay. Day 20. This one is from Cindy. All taped up with masking tape. I'm hoping maybe I can do another piece again like I did yesterday with the Thistle Witch in mind. And, ooh. Okay. She got lots of little bits and bobs here. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. I think I got everything. Magazine page. So let's see here. Do I need any of that? I kind of feel like I might need that. So let's just tuck this aside for a minute. Let's just see what she's got. I'm going to use Mary Ellen's envelope as a white backdrop so you can see what we've got here. These are little die cuts. It's a little tag. And some circly bits. This is on some like cardstock. I'm wondering if these are cool. I don't know if you can see them, but they're kind of shiny gold, rose gold, orange gold. I don't know what she's got going on. Look at all these bits and bobs. Okay, this is honestly a little overwhelming. That's okay. We're going to go with it. We're going to go with it and see what we can do with it. Look at all those goodies. Okay. Because there are a bunch of little goodies, I don't want to lose them, so I'm going to put them. Let's just do this. Let's just grab a little. The big pieces here. Stack them little pieces here. I wonder if there's a little buttons here. I wonder if there's a rhyme or reason to this. Like, did she send us all these pieces and it's a puzzle and it really kind of goes together a certain way? And she's like laughing at us saying, oh, she's not doing the puzzle right. No, Cindy wouldn't do that. So we have those wonderful little bits from Cindy. I think I can do some Thistle Witch stuff with that. Let's see what Mary Ellen has sent. I'm going to try to keep this butterfly washi because it's so pretty. Because Mary Ellen's the queen of washi. So let's stick that up there out of the way. And she has, okay, envelope is empty. Tuck it out of the way. This is, okay. This is like from a photo album with frames. And these are so pretty. Okay. I'm getting excited. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's see. Again, I have a stash of stuff that I want to use in this witchy journal. So let me see if any of it is focal points I can use. Oh, we might have to break down and use. So I think those are too big, too small. We might have to break down and see what Cindy's kit has. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Not yet, anyway. But who knows? We might not have something we can work with. But I think these would be really pretty to to do with the Thistle Witch journal. Yeah. Okay. So let's skip to, so this is Cindy's kit. I've printed it all out. Let me just kind of skim through and see in the ephemera pieces. You guys are getting a little peek. If there's anything that we could the owl might work in there. I assume that this tucks. Okay, we're gonna have to cut this up and see. And we might just have to print off. Oh, come on. Well, let's see. I think she'll work for one of those. And I think this owl will work for this big square one. And I think this lady will go in another one of those. Okay, put it away, Shell. Put it away. We're not ready to play with this yet. Oh, okay, I need the owl. I think he'll fit in there. Put it away, put it away, put it away. Okay, first off, let me break this down. Into 2 pieces. Let's work with this one first. I think our owl will fit. We just got to decide which side we want him to be on. This looks more thistle-y. If we did him here, okay, let's just see. Okay. That makes for a very large ephemera piece. I wonder if I can trim it down a little more. I don't want to trim it down too far because I need this edge to be stable. Not so flimsy, if you know what I mean. I'm keeping that. Never know. Never know, never know, never know. Okay, and so if we put Mr. Owl or Mrs. Owl here, that does still make for a large ephemera piece, but we can work with it. So here's what we're gonna do. We've still got Cindy's pieces. I hadn't forgotten. I just got to get our base down first, and then we'll add some stuff. I want the owl head, and I want some thistle going on. Okay. That gets us an initial stick down. You can trim it. And I wonder, so, okay. I have about 12 different things going on in my brain right now. Okay. I need to back this out. And I'm trying to decide if I just back a portion of it and keep, you know, the flowers here. But it probably needs to be something kind of thick. I'm just digging through my scraps. I wonder if we can do a piece of that. Do we want to cover it all, or do we want... Do we want to leave some of this, is what I'm trying to decide. I think we'll just go with it. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to sew around this because why not? Okay. Now I kind of want I think I can get away with trimming this down just a little bit. I'm going to trim it on the line that's in the background. Just again to cut it down to a little bit more manageable size. I don't normally do big ephemera pieces. So it's throwing me off a little bit, honestly. But I think it will work. I think it will work. No, that's too thick. Okay. Now, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting excited and getting ahead of myself. Oh, I was like, you know what? I could probably take that off, but then that would take away the flowers in the background. We'll break down the other one. We're not done with it. We're just kind of getting a base going on here. And then this one I'm going to tear apart. Maybe. Come on. So we end up having 2 frames here, but that's okay. These two, we're going to see if these ladies will fit. Okay, I like that there. So maybe we might end up doing just one. And that's okay. We can do just one. Yeah, I like her there. She's too focused close to really see anything that's going on with her. I mean, I guess we could bring her down like that, but I don't want to use that in this manner. So this little section, I think we're going to, how about we do this? How about we cut here and try to cut straight here, and we put this in our stash of stuff we're going to use for our journal, because that would be a neat little label. And then I'm gonna do away with this. We've still got this that we can work with, so, but I think this is gonna be what we want to happen. So I'm gonna get a good one here. Plug her down there. And then I'm gonna trim this on the edge of that line, that decorative line. And then we can do a good trim there. And a good trim up the side here. I just need this to come away. And then we'll back this, so this will be a layer that we won't really even see or need. Just getting rid of some of the bulk. Oh, I like that. That's so pretty. Okay, now we need to back this. Let's see if we can peel off some of this gluey stuff. Again, getting rid of some of the bulk. That's okay. Okay, I'm gonna use some more of this to back it. Okay. All around the edges. Probably should use the weld bond, but we're gonna make do with the glue stick and see how far that gets us. Okay. Now, sorry about that. I got a little phone call. We're going to let this kind of meld together. I'm going to come back to this and these little pieces. Now, kind of like that there. We're going to cut this guy in half. Okay. I like that there. I'm going to use weld bond on it because it is kind of thick. And honestly, it's a die cut and the middle part's trying to come out, but I want to try to keep it as the middle section's trying to come out. We don't want that. So we're just going to try to keep we may not use all these bits and bobs, but I think we'll use a good portion of them. I feel like I need to, I feel like I need to grungy this up a little bit. I don't know. Maybe we can just use helpful. And then this, I'm not sure the buttons are going to work on me. The little button cutouts are going to work on this. That's okay. There's stuff going on here with that. I feel like this video is going kind of long. But since I got interrupted by a phone call, I don't know. I can't tell how long the video is. So if it's long, it's long. So Sometimes it be like that. Okay, that's enough work on that one for a minute. Let's jump to this one. And let's trim us up. I really like this one. That was just the perfect little witch image to go in that frame. Okay, let's grunge this up a little bit. And then I really liked, so let's see here, let's get a half of this up here. I probably should, before I get too far into this, give us our corners. Okay. And I like this little thin one. Might be tricky to get glued because it's so thin, but I think we're gonna try it anyway. I think we're gonna go this route with it. And like paint it on maybe. Try not to break the circle. And I kind of want to just frame her face. Ooh, that might be tricky. Come on. You can do it. When everything's sticky, nothing wants to stick. Does that make sense? Give you a little bit of glue. Got a bit of a glue mess going on there, but that's okay. We're still working with it. Do the same thing for this guy. Put that. We want that there. Oh, yeah. I've got glue on my fingers, and so there's glue on the other side and glue on my fingers that are like, we both want to stick, we both want to stay. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit a minute, and I'm gonna bounce back to this and see what else I can do. I love the little light bulbs, but they are not very witchy at the current moment. And again, I don't know that the buttons are gonna help this situation any. So we can cut this in half. And I'm gonna, trim that down a little bit more. Okay, everybody needs to dry. The buttons don't work because this is more nature outside stuff. Same with the light bulbs. Let's add a little bit more to this. Oof. Okay, Cindy, you're going to have to tell me what this orange gold stuff is. I'm curious because it's coming off on my hands. Not complaining, just curious as to what it is because it apparently reacts with moisture or water or glue or whatever. Okay. Now, so yeah, we are going to tuck these away. Gotta kind of clean up things and get my brain straight here. These are going to tuck away for scraps. These I want to hit with some black. This, I don't know yet. I'm gonna sew on these, around these, just to kind of give them another, especially this owl one, because he's pretty thick, and he's got extra layers. Okay. Now I still have this piece of the frame left, and I might, I'm gonna put it up here because I've got some Thistle Witch stuff. These are not thistles, but this will kind of tie all these in. So we'll use it along with this little label piece, and along with this too. So those are, and these will all go up there too. I need a little baggie to put these in so I don't lose my little bits. Well, so I'm just going to set those there. Those are going to go in there instead of my round robin scrap bin. Okay, so we have a very large journal card. Guess I could ink the back of it. And I'll try to, it's my plan to work these into that Thistle Witch journal, obviously. It'll depend on, I've just started piecing together, so this one may end up being too big, but we'll hopefully not. We'll see what we can do with it, but that's what we have. 2 journal card pieces ready to go in a journal. Well, aside from sewing, ready to be sewn and then put in a journal. So, anywho, thanks for joining me. This is day 20. Let me look at my stack. I think I'd have a calendar and mark these days off. Yeah, day 20. We used Cindy's little bits and bobs and Mary Ellen's frames. And then I pulled from Cindy's Thistle Witch kit and used my focal point. So thanks for joining me, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.